folks? You like blood, violence, freaks of nature?
God damn you!
No wonder your fucking numbers are down. You think you can ship me off to paradise? Make me sing by a pool all motherfucking day?
It's a ghost! Be gone! Fly!
Be gone yourself.
Leave me alone, woman! Leave me alone!
No!
What's the matter? What's going on?
Ooh.
It is coming.
This is.
Who are you?
I'm the Shadow Man. I'll steal your book.
You have to understand that makes you look incredibly guilty.
Fuckers hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because we anus?
You want to watch out that road.
Gather round your TV set, put on your masks, and watch.
Honey, don't get too close. You'll ruin your eyes.
Jack-o'-lanterns. Gather round and watch. Watch the magic pumpkin. Watch.
Shit. I was ready yesterday.
Yesterday.
What about today, though? Sure as shit am not.
They're installing a fucking door in my apartment or something. Like I at 5:15, like spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know what time we actually record these. But it's like approximately 10 to 15 minutes before I was supposed to be here and we hit record. I just hear like the loudest fucking drill right next door, and then with a hammer. And I'm pretty sure they've just like completely refurbished a door frame in the hallway. And I'm like, you guys could not have picked a worse fucking time to do
Right.
What? Do you know who I am? You Creep-O-Rama podcast?
You're going to open your front door and it's just a wall, and you're like, oh no, they built me in.
Oh, whoops. Actually, I work from home, and I'm not much of a outdoorsy guy, so it might take me a minute to realize I was walled into my own apartment. Guess I should go get groceries. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, I guess I'm gonna starve to death.
What's the story of that dude in Japan who, like, 30 years later thought World War II was still going on? He was just it's a crazy fucking story. Just made me think of Josh in his apartment for 30 years. And just, can't get out. What the fuck?
Guess I'll check the door now.
Yeah. There was not nearly as drastic, but also just as ridiculous. Was it Jared Leto was out in some commune, like, he's a fucking cult leader weirdo, but he decided to go like meditate off the grid weeks before the COVID pandemic kickstarted. And so like 6 months into COVID, he came back to the US and was like, what? Like,
that's a great movie, right? Yeah. Jared Leto plays himself.
It's
written, directed, edited, produced, starred,
but it's mainly it's just the beginning of 28 Days Later, but for 2 hours. But it's just him walking around the city, like, where is everybody?
He's
that
still
makes
in
me
his fucking
so
row.
angry. That makes me so angry that he meditates like that. And just, like, fuck you, man. Like, come on.
Every now and then it cuts to inside the apartments with the people just looking at Jared Leto, being like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Is that Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Just walking around like a weirdo in the street.
Honey, Jared Leto's walking down the street again. What's he doing now? Fucking doing his Jared Leto thing.
You know, the Jared Leto thing.
Jared Letoing or something.
Smash cut on TV, did it in a fucking band.
Yeah, smash cut back to Jared Leto's POV, him thinking, you know what? I think I can fix this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was sent here to help.
Yeah.
There's a reason this
the main
happened
character
while I exist. Yeah.
You
guys are so lucky you have me.
Requiem for a Dream Part 2. Just injecting vaccines. Fucking my fucking arm.
I'm a god.
That probably is what he thought, and that's why he started this whole cult thing that he's got going now.
Probably.
We just
is this real? Does he have a cult?
Yes. Well, it's a cult of himself. Yeah.
Okay. He said that he wanted to start a cult and then move to an island with a bunch of people.
Is that verbatim? Yeah. Like, did he use those words? Like, I want to start a cult.
Yes.
That's like bad cult leadership.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You're not supposed to
he's
call
not a good cult leader.
No.
I think his cult is that he wants to have sex with underage girls.
That's typically
if someone's going to be bad
do.
at everything, it's going to be Jared Leto.
Yeah. Most cults, it ends up being that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That really is what it comes down to usually. Is like, what if I could convince a whole bunch of people to let me have sex with them?
With all their, yeah. Hey, do you guys got wives? Cool. You want to join my cult?
I'm gonna need your money and your wives. Trust me, it'll pay off when you die.
Do you need my wife's money? No. I've already got yours. You're good.
That reminds me of that David Koresh guy. Like to a T.
David Koresh guy.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
That one guy. That fucking guy.
You know, Waco, whatever.
DC.
Yeah. Played in his little fucking shitty rock band. And God. What a dork.
I love that word. I feel like it's been really
dork.
It's been gone for a while, and it should be back.
Yeah,
I use it, and it's a good one.
Dork and jerk. I feel like both
jerk's a good one.
Irk words need to make a make a comeback.
In Idle Hands, whenever Devin saw was characters, like, you guys were dorks.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of my favorite deliveries of the word dork.
Yeah.
I thought we were buds.
You ever been dorked? Is Wolf dork? Monster Squad?
Yes.
Nice.
Dork.
Wait, there you go. Another good letterbox list of movies that use the word dork.
Yeah.
Sure. We got to start that list.
Yeah, but we got to set like a precedence where like it can only be movies that Derick rates higher than 3 stars. 3 stars and up. Can't go under 3.
It's usually
and there's a lot of them.
It's a lot of movies. It's not Jack Black's Goosebumps.
This motherfucker.
God damn it.
Had to,
I'm trying to cope. Okay, I'm trying to cope with it, and you keep bringing up the trauma.
You know, I want to say I'm really high on horror movies this week. I just saw The Substance in the theater a couple days ago.
Yeah,
that was seen it. Haven't seen it.
Fucking amazing.
Was it a packed theater?
It was pretty good. It's about to. You could tell they're about to take it out of the theaters down here.
We saw it in a packed theater, and that is the way to experience that movie.
Fucking bet, bro. Holy shit.
I need to see it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Justin, you need to come up, and we'll just go see it because holy shit. And then yesterday I watched In a Violent Nature.
Yeah,
and I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I thought it was fucking Justin. Hey, I don't get why you don't like it.
No, I didn't say I didn't like it.
You did not.
You didn't say I did like it.
Seem stoked.
Yeah. Well, I was giving you your space, man. That's
no
goosebumps. But no, I thought it was.
It's no goosebumps. That's true.
That sets the bar. Yeah, the Goosebumps sets the bar for all slasher movies. But yeah, the kill on the edge of the cliff thing,
dude.
That was just
fucking
incredible.
I don't
like that. Like, there's very few kills where I watch and go, "That is incredible," and that one's in the top.
It's like a groundbreaking kill.
It really is.
The best part was like you had heard that there was a kill in the movie, and you were like, okay, I wonder which one it is. And you see the first one, you're like, that was pretty cool. I don't know if it's like that kill kind of like level, but I mean, the half decapitation and then the toss of the body, that was pretty dope. All right, I got it. And then as soon as he's like pushing the hook or whatever, I'm like, oh, this must be the one that everyone's talking about. Yeah, this is pretty gnarly. And then as it's escalating, you're like, oh, he's not done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's got to be the one, right?
Yeah. Like backward, like, yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Incredible. I really dug how they...
I don't think I've ever been that mad to do that. But that guy was.
They took his necklace, Justin.
They took his
mad
necklace,
enough
dude.
to kill somebody and then fucking.
Yeah, because you imagine, like, I'm so mad, I'm going to kill this person, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, you're easily going to bleed out right now. But while I have you here for 10 more seconds,
while I have you,
I just want to see if I can turn you into like
you don't mind, do you?
I just have Columbo in my head going, just one more thing. I gotta turn you inside out throughout yourself.
Yeah.
Stay put real quick. Hold on.
This is gonna take a little bit.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. Just want to make you look like one of them slap bracelets when it gets snapped shut. Like,
have you ever been turned into an actual pretzel?
You about to.
But yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely want to see The Substance.
Yeah,
I'm glad that every piece of art that I've seen being shared around by it and people making hasn't been enough to give all of it away, because I still have a vague understanding of what that movie is, but I've been purposefully avoiding watching trailers and
no. The trailers are fine. The trailers don't even come close to beginning to get to where that movie goes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, the trailers do a good job of not really revealing too much at all. But I still avoided the trailers and went in completely blind. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So it was,
I was a little bummed because for the first couple weeks when it first came out, there was nothing really. It was just, shots of Demi and shots of, is it what Margaret Qualley?
Margaret Qualley, yeah.
Qualley. It was just kind of shots of those two. And then I started seeing like monster stuff, and I was like, God damn it. I wanted to like not have that. So then I was like, okay, I have to go see it before it's completely ruined. Because the internet doesn't know how to keep its fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, I think after the first week,
that's what we do here is not keep
the
our mouth
studio
shut.
or one of the actors shared like a whole slideshow of like behind the scenes of some of the more like brutal effects, and I'm like, man, I mean, I know everyone else. I know you gave us a week, but still, like, this is such a cool fucking moment, and you're showing all the like gore effects that went into it. Like, come on.
That's one of the big drawbacks of being able to follow all my favorite like special effects people is like you're gonna get shit spoiled.
Yeah.
But as long as I don't see it or really know the story, because as soon as I saw somebody classify it as body horror, I was like, oh, gotcha, okay, cool. I kind of can fill in the gaps, but as long as I don't really know what it's about, then it's
the most. It's the most impressive horror movie I've seen in a really fucking long time, and it's also the most nostalgic. While not, it's aesthetically nostalgic of like all these fucking movies that we love. Like,
that's cool.
I don't know how to pronounce her name, but
Demi Moore.
Thank you. I couldn't get it. But
Coralie Farjat.
I was waiting for somebody to do that.
Coralie Farjat. Coralie Farjat. If anybody knows Coralie Farjat, please ask her to fucking come on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk to her about revenge. I want to talk to her about this. She is clearly I mean, the amount of fucking references, visual and otherwise, in this movie without being like just it's a completely original story with all of the trappings of everything that we love.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Somehow put into a movie where the end of it gets a little off the rails, but like by the end of it, you're like, it better fucking be off the rails.
In the best way. No, what's funny is somebody shared a thread of all the comparisons of like, here's this scene in The Substance, and here's how it essentially recreates this scene from Psycho, and then here's this scene in The Substance, and here's how it's essentially recreating the scene in The Shining.
Cool.
And someone's like, oh, so she just ripped off The Shining? And they're like, no, it's called an homage, you dipshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's clearly an inspiration.
Of,
they're like, no, they just want it to look like The Shining bathroom. And someone's like, well, actually, this is what Demi Moore's character is going through at this point in the movie.
Yeah.
And this is what Jack Nicholson's character was going through at this point in The Shining.
Yeah.
So it draws parallels. And I'm like,
people
it's
don't.
Also, like, every one of those situations is not the situation that it's being pulled from. Like in the substance, it's a completely different context to what's happening. So it's not like you might get a pinch of it, but you're not like, oh, that's clearly this. It's really well done.
Yeah, people I think nowadays have forgotten what influenced by is.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. Like everybody's influenced by Black Sabbath,
right?
So it's like I could hear that influence in a million different bands.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not like they're ripping off Black Sabbath just because they have those kind of riffs. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll actually end up talking about that eventually today, because one of the movies we discuss in this episode was one that I was like not a fan of originally.
Oh,
and because I thought it was just a ripoff, and then I rewatched it and I was like, oh, we'll get to it.
I'm excited.
Oh, I don't know which one you're talking about because we
I
only got
don't
three.
Either. Yeah, we only have 3.
Oh, it's one of the 3? It's not even one of the honorable mentions? Wow.
No, I do have a bunch of honorable mentions, though, so we gonna be here for a minute.
I'm excited.
Well,
I'm excited.
Well, that was 15 minutes of
bullshit.
Of bullshit.
I mean, not bullshit. It was mainly 15 minutes of promoting the substance. Go see the substance.
It was an ad for the substance. Yeah. Which I do need to go see. I keep going to Alamo Drafthouse to watch older movies, and I rarely get to go see a newer movie. The newest one was the new Beetlejuice. That was the first one in a while. But Substance, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh fuck, I got to see that. And the one trailer that I'm very excited for, and I'm for sure going to go see, and it's been a long time I've been this excited due to a trailer, is Nosferatu.
Yes. James, did you watch the new trailer?
No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch anything.
Yeah, I'm avoiding anything at this point.
So
I got the first one.
I know Josh.
I know
Josh watched the newest trailer.
Oh, right? I know. I know.
Okay. Well, don't say anything because I don't want to ruin that moment for James. But the shot at the end of that trailer. Go watch it again, Derick. You'll
I don't know
exactly what
maybe
I
didn't see the one you're talking about.
It's very sick. Then the new trailer, I had to watch it once, and then I'm never watching it again because I want to forget.
It was just fucking masterfully done. Just very creative.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's one of those shots where like you look at it and you're like, oh wow, how has nobody ever done that before?
Yeah,
it's just so subtle and just fucking great.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm probably going to watch it like 5 times in the theater.
Is that the day after Christmas?
I don't know.
I think it's Christmas Day.
It's on Christmas.
I think it's on Christmas Day. Yeah, it's crazy watching the trailer and being like, man, this has been such a good year for horror. And I'm pretty sure my favorite horror movie hasn't even come out yet because Nosferatu's definitely going to be like top 5 probably.
The hype is high. It's very, very high.
I'm trying
Which
to
can backfire.
Yeah, I'm currently like
for sure.
I'm either gonna watch it once and absolutely hate it, or I'm gonna watch it 15 times.
I think I genuinely think like Eggers was born to make this movie, or at least be put in a position to make this movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
More
like
than
if he succeeds. Right. If he succeeds, I really hope that he succeeds because I think he is perfect. He's a perfect vehicle to tell that story. I just hope it's as good as it looks like it's going to be.
I mean, like, it's almost like all the other movies that he's done so far have been like test runs or like in video games, they put out like a product demo, like a software demo. And this game is not really a game, but it shows what I can do or what we can do.
Yeah.
And then maybe this is like the actual fucking game.
Yeah.
Because Lighthouse, I like Lighthouse. I think that it's a fucking aesthetic masterpiece, but I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. It's an acting masterpiece. The acting is fucking awesome.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
I don't know where I
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
But,
the more I watch The Witch, the more I love it.
Yeah,
the first time I watched it, I just didn't catch all the little subtle things because I wasn't used to his writing or his film style. But then the more I watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually really fucked up.
Yeah, Nosferatu's not going to be black and white, right?
No.
Okay, see that's interesting because I hope that he puts out a black and white version.
That would be cool.
Because
but
also, I feel like he may have like Lighthouse
it that way.
Yeah, like Lighthouse is so like it has that same like lighting and contrast.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
However, a lot of the shots do seem to be dark.
Yeah,
and take place in obviously. So I'm sure there's going to be some balance.
Yeah,
there's still no.
It looks like it's got a cool like black and white vibe, but with the
exactly
the fire and the blood are still going to be like vibrant. So it's a good. It looks fucking.
For me, it'll all just come down to how Orlok is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all depends on how they play it.
Chill dude.
Yeah.
What if he's just Pennywise with shorter hair? We're like,
just a smaller head.
Yeah, Count Orlok.
I'm Nosferatu. Yes,
with a new coat. Okay. October movie Halloween things.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the Fuck Fest wrap up, boys.
And we've already spent 20 minutes putting them off.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them. We had a chit chat. We had a small talk for a little bit there.
20 minutes.
Bandits off screen telling us to vamp.
Yeah. Okay, so and Halloween 3 and go.
Well, Justin, I know that Halloween 3 is your favorite movie, so why don't you go ahead and pick this one?
I love it. It's the one that Michael Myers finally comes back. It's fantastic.
he kind of is in this movie a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's more than just a couple, dude.
It's a couple. It's subtle.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
It's a return. No, it is funny that he's at on the TV in the bar though, because then I'm like, oh, okay, so this is like a weird meta Halloween is in this, like, is a movie in this universe.
Yeah, that's very fucking weird.
Like, strange take. I hated this movie when it first came out. Well, not when it first came out, because I hadn't seen it when it first came out, but I rented when I was a kid.
Born like 5 years later, I think, right?
Something like that, yeah. But I came out fucking mad at this movie. My first words were "Fuck Halloween 3." My parents were very taken aback.
Josh on his wrist, it has "Born to Hate Halloween 3."
Exactly. That's my middle name. Birth certificates. No, we
Josh, Born to Hate Halloween 3 Levesque. That's what the B stands for. Fair. Good.
Yeah, you figured it out. No one ever knows what my middle initial B stands for, and you cracked it. I had a group of friends in Nebraska that we would just rent entire franchises and have horror movie marathons overnight. And so we had rented all of the Puppet Masters once.
Hell yeah.
And we had rented all of the Friday the 13th once. And we rented all of the Halloweens. And we get back to their house, which was like, this was the shittiest little town in Nebraska. So it was like a 15-minute drive to the nearest video store. We get all the way back to their house. We go downstairs. We get the popcorn ready. We fire everything up, and we go to put in Halloween, and someone cut the tape. So the VHS would not play.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't scrambled or anything. The tape
sucks.
just wasn't visible when you flipped the little laptop open. They had cut it and like wrapped it into the tape itself.
Damn.
And we were like all completists. We're like, we can't start with Halloween 2.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you have to watch the first one.
Yeah.
What are we going to fucking do? And I'm like reading the back of the box for Halloween 3. And I'm like, I think we can watch this one. And I'm like, what do you mean? We can't just jump to 3. We didn't even watch 2. And I was like, this doesn't have anything about Michael Myers on it. I don't think this movie has I don't even know if this is the same franchise. Like, what did we do? Because I'm looking at Halloween 4, which very clearly has Michael Myers' face taking up most of the cover. And I'm looking at the back of Halloween 2 explaining there were like Michael Myers in the hospital and shit. And I'm like, what happened here? Because I was a dumb child who doesn't understand the history of franchises. The internet didn't exist yet. But so we watched Halloween 3 and I was like, this isn't scary Michael Myers stuff. This is dumb sci-fi mask bugs weird shit. Like, what? And then I was just bitter about that for the rest of my life until until like a few years ago when I finally gave Halloween 3 another chance, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, this one's pretty dope. This one's fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's great. I think there's theories out there that Silver Shamrock.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Shamrock is the company that makes the masks. There's in one of the commercials, I think it's just the security guard has the TV on. There's a commercial for the masks that's running, and there's a quick flash of the Shatner mask of Michael Myers. Mask. There's a quick flash of it. And there's theories that Silver Shamrock created the mask that Michael Myers wears throughout the franchise, which does still really embed this into the storyline and is a part of the Michael Myers storyline, the franchise.
But that wouldn't make sense if the movie Halloween exists in the Halloween 3 universe where Michael Myers is a fictional character.
But Silver Shamrock they didn't just start in 1982.
It would have to be, it's a
biopic.
It would make more sense if it was the clown mask that he wore as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has this company been around?
Right. Yeah. Maybe Mike just has really bad fucking luck. Happened to me when I was 10 years old, 6 years old, however old that little shit was.
You turned into Michael Myers?
No. When he killed his sister.
Wait, you killed your sister?
And then he finds the mask after he escapes and happens again.
Yeah.
Hold on, you said it happened to you when you were 10. What?
I think he was speaking.
No, I'm talking about Michael Myers.
As if he was Michael Myers.
I said Michael Myers. Yeah.
James is lost. He's
I thought Justin just admitted to a fucking murder.
Yeah, no. Actually, yeah. Believe it or not. Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody knows at all.
Yeah. Just edit these few minutes out.
No.
Jay, go ahead and beat that. Go ahead and beat that, Dre.
Nobody's gonna know.
We're good.
Could you imagine if that was real?
But Michael gets a new mask in 4, and that's why it looks as weird as it does. So that would mean multiple attempts for Michael to get a mask, and he just keeps grabbing the possessed Silver Shamrock one that makes him
every same town, dude. It's that's the intent of the company.
That's crazy. Why you gotta go rubies?
Rubies. Definitely rubies over Silver Shamrock for sure.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. In spite of Justin sometimes.
Hey man, I'm just giving you space to
I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy, dude. That's
just a guy. I'm giving you space to love Halloween 3, brother. I don't think of this as a fucking in any relation to Michael Myers movie. Like this, of course not.
Although that is a cool theory.
Yeah,
like that,
I do like
fun.
that. That's fun.
I don't think that was the intent of it. I think it's
of course
it's
not.
a fun
But that's
fan
fun.
theory.
I like that more than all of the Cult of Thorn stuff.
100%.
Yeah,
but that's a conversation that we will hold on to when we get to those episodes.
Because they're not honorable mentions.
No. I'm a fucking Halloween junkie. Like I fucking love everything to do with masks and all that shit. You could look around my room and be like, oh fuck. And like this movie, more than any movie, not only has Tom Atkins, but is like so much about Halloween that I love. It's just weird and like it's a fucking Halloween factory. Like
right.
That just really tickles something for me. This movie doesn't make a fucking bit of sense most of the time. Well, I don't know when she becomes a robot. I guess I know when. I just don't really understand why she becomes a robot.
There's robots?
There's robots, yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're all
robots, laser beams, bugs.
Silver Shamrock Murderbots, dude. They're Murderbots.
I love the idea.
Watch it, but I mean that's awesome.
I love the idea of the most popular fucking mask maker in the country has fucking given all these kids fucking like these masks that are gonna melt them into fucking bugs on how like
it's awesome.
and at the end of it, like it happens. Like that's one of the most fucked up endings to a movie ever. It's this and the fog or the mist.
The Mist, yeah.
This and the Mist, top 2 fucking most fucked up endings to movies ever.
The Fog's dope too, though. Tom Atkins.
The Fog is really dope.
More Tom Atkins.
More Tom Atkins.
Yeah, it is.
Who's about to turn 89 in like a couple weeks.
And having met him, he touched
what a nice
me.
guy.
He is.
I wouldn't rephrase that. He gave you a hug.
He touched my soul.
No. Yeah.
No, he like
put his arm around you.
No, he put.
We're not canceling Tom.
Whoa! He put his hand on my shoulder.
James walked up and said, "Please touch me." It was very awkward.
Tom Atkins
obliged because he's such a nice man.
Yeah,
Cobb showed
not
up.
a good time.
Dragged out of the convention,
but
it was really awkward.
His aura is so like just
Tom
the most
Atkinsy.
calming. It's weirdly not. It's so calming.
Yeah,
just like
he walked by our booth and we had Night of the Creep shirts, and we were like, hey, we got some stuff for you, and we showed it to him and gave him a shirt, and then the next day, right before the doors even open, he kind of moseys over and just hands in his pockets, just hanging out, and he's just like kind of reserved, and he was like, I would like 2 Night of the Creep shirts, guys. And we were like, Tom, we're not going to take your money. And he goes, no, I'm going to support you boys. You guys are doing good stuff. Like, it's just such a genuinely nice guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Perfect.
So you did take Tom Atkins' money. You took that old man's money gladly.
Now we can it's only 3 movies. Yeah, we took his money.
Yeah.
But only because
by knife point.
Yeah, only because
that was later.
Yeah, only because he wanted to. He wanted to.
Only let's be real. Guy. Only because he would have beat our fucking asses if he didn't.
Yeah.
James is like, I won't accept your money, just your touches. Just
that's true.
Give you a shirt for a touch,
dude. I felt
his probably punched the fuck out of you, and then his like, touch
here you go, kid. His touch is like fucking Xanax, bro. Like I was so good the whole day. I was like, I feel great, man. Blessed.
Amazing.
All right.
So I mean, we can still talk. We only got three movies. I will say, as somebody who's never seen this movie, and don't come at me, it's bigger than what you think. Commitment to the bit. I will say, even though I've never seen this movie, those 3 masks,
dude.
I was incredible.
I was just about to bring those up.
Like anytime I see
they're
them,
the most iconic image of Halloween, like the concept of Halloween, not the movies, but the concept
just
of
the
Halloween.
concept.
Like trick-or-treating is encapsulated in those 3 masks. Fucking masks.
I feel like it's the most impressive Halloween movie there is, not really franchise-wise, holiday-wise.
It really kind of is.
Very, very Halloween movie.
Very funny to me because it's so like a lot of people haven't seen it at this point, I would assume. I know a lot of people have, but like I would assume like a lot of people, because of the negative hype towards it's like people are like, we could skip it, and then they don't get to experience this really
dorks
fun,
like Justin.
Yeah.
Well, it's had a bit of a resurgence in recent years. I think it's almost gotten to the point where it's become overhyped for anyone who hasn't seen it, because it's I see like the shirts and people be like, it's actually the best one in the franchise, and I'm like, slow down,
slow the fuck down.
It's good, but relax. I think the issue is they obviously everyone knows the story of why they jumped to a completely different story. Is Carpenter never wanted to have this entire franchise. He wanted like an anthology style. But I wonder if how different it is from the first 2 Halloweens is what put such a bad taste in people's mouths. They're like, of course. We had a slasher, we had a guy in a mask with a knife who was killing people, and now we have robots and weird masks that are triggered by a code and flashing lights that are going to turn kids into bugs. And they're like, did you just
via Stonehenge
throw darts at a fucking
yeah, dude. It's so off the rails in so many great ways.
They need to do that idea now.
Yeah.
Like HBO or some streaming service needs to do an anthology series based on that concept and every year do a
Or
6 to 8
even-
episode little miniseries of that.
Do that, and I would argue they should do a Silver Shamrock show.
Yeah.
Like
That
do
would
a
be
show,
fun.
do a show based because there's so much fucking ridiculous lore in this that you could really like dig into like a whole, at least a season's worth, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
There's some really interesting ideas in this movie that just because it's couched in it's Halloween, but it's not at all fucking Halloween.
Yeah, it never stood a chance.
Never.
Which is sad. It sucks because like when you look back at the 80s, everybody was fucking going for it.
Yeah, everybody was just fucking rolling the dice and seeing what happened.
Yeah, and they laid so much groundwork for generating really cool ideas and putting on camera really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of it just got trashed. Some of it survived, whatever. But now I feel like more people want that and want to see that, but studios don't want to make that.
Well, I mean, Substance is pretty fucking successful right now.
Well, yeah, for sure.
That is, if that's not a fucking wake up call to Hollywood, then I don't know.
That's okay.
That's the most insane movie I've seen in a long
That's
time.
what I'm worried about because apparently Universal sold the Substance at a loss because they were like, we don't know how to market this. It's too weird. We don't get it.
The same people who did the fucking Thing.
So and so
they fucked that up too.
Movie or whoever picked up the Substance is like rolling in dough now. And then the same thing with Terrifier 3 is a bunch of studios were like, we want to pick up Terrifier 3 and we'll distribute it for you, but they wanted full Larry Zerner, who plays Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, is an entertainment lawyer now, and he has been talking about this on Twitter. And he was like, it was a part of the deal is they wanted full rights to any subsequent sequels. So they were like, we'll give you distribution rights, and then we want the rights to all subsequent sequels so we can decide what art does next and blah, blah, blah. And Damien was like,
no,
I've seen the fan base. I think I'm good releasing this independently. And now it's the 4th highest. Like, it just beats Speak No Evil in domestic box office. So I'm like,
that's awesome.
After seeing The Substance and after seeing Terrifier 3, 2 movies that, you would not think have any business being like mainstream successful horror films. You would hope one of these studios would be like, maybe we should take a chance on like weird genre shit. But instead they're like, no, how can we build a franchise? What's an IP? We need a movie that immediately guarantees 8 fucking sequels.
And I think it's going. I know we're going off topic, but fuck it. But it seems like we're entering
3 movies. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. I feel like we're entering into this era, or the people who are out there making movies are entering the same era that bands were when digital, streaming.
100%.
Where you can either fight it or you can find or realize that doing it yourself,
it's an opportunity,
and utilizing the new tools that you have now can get you access to so much more people.
Do you do it yourself?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Come on, what movie is that? Come on, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna put my bike in it.
Drake, cut that out, dude. Cut that out.
No,
Drake.
you're good. Leave it in. But so it's cool to see people getting that level of success based off of just doing it, themselves and figuring out a way to do it.
Well, dude, you need to fucking like it. It seems like such a weird oxymoron that's happening, and I think I'm using that correctly in this context, where like they don't want to take risks. So that it's like existing IP. It has to be Star Wars. It has to be Marvel. The same old shit that we always hear. But it's like you have to do crazy fucking weird shit to get people to leave their house today. Like, of course, you're not going to do some like little drama and whatever the fuck else, romantic comedy. Like that's not going to get people in the seats. Like that's reserved for Netflix now. But like do Terrifier, like chainsaw people in half and do some crazy wild shit like The Substance, which I haven't seen yet, but apparently it's fucking nutty.
You gotta create
like, that's what's going to get people to like that's what's going to fill seats.
Well,
and
horror in general is still the most consistently successful, like in terms of box office, as far as like you can make them for cheap, and you always get a good
you don't need a $20 million actor. You don't need, and that's always been the thing with horror, right? Like you just need some fucking nutty shit. And then sometimes you get one, like your Nosferatu coming out now, and like, you're going to have some fucking, crazy talented actors. But yeah, you got to fucking take a shot. And
but I think
it's weird that they're not, a lot of them don't want to.
The benefit there also is Nosferatu's got a bunch of good actors that are also fucking weirdos who love doing weird genre shit. Like you've got Willem Dafoe, Nicholas Hoult, and Bill Skarsgård, who were all like, Nosferatu with Robert Eggers? Hell yeah. And they're like, well, they're only going to pay you. And they're like, I don't care. Fucking put me in it. Yes, I want to be a part of this. But like on the flip side, when Universal was like, we're going to remake The Mummy and we've got Tom Cruise. I'm like, nobody fucking needs Tom Cruise in your Mummy movie. Just give me a creepy ass mummy.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
just bring back Brendan Fraser.
Well, bring back Brendan. Well, I was going to say, like, you've already done the action adventure version of Mummy. It was
we want a horror movie.
I still have not gotten. Ruins was the closest. I still have not gotten my fucking scary Mummy movie, man. And I know it's goddamn possible. I just don't understand why they refuse to do it.
Yeah, it's. I can understand the challenge because, like,
I just can't wrap my head around it.
All right, so we got 2 left, but that's the end of the podcast.
Okay,
come on.
Original Night of the Living Dead. That was good. That was good.
That was phenomenal.
That was a perfect ending to that segment.
It was perfect to cut to commercial with like we'll be right back.
Smash cut to all of us beating up Josh.
Your puns are too good. Your puns are too good.
Wrap this, motherfucker.
Just wrapping a fucking cord around his neck.
I thought it was funny, guys.
That's the problem.
It landed better than my 40-year-old virgin quote.
It's one of the best quotes, Derick.
It's one of the best quotes in that movie.
Yeah. When we're counting down 30 raunchy sex comedies, we'll remember it better.
All right, Night of the Living Dead.
Fucking a horse, and he's just.
You
get there and you think, wow, it's a fucking horse. 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Now we're just gonna quote that all night.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, and go ahead. Night
of the Living Dead is
it's a great movie.
We've done an episode on it already. I'm obsessed. I have it tattooed on me. Derek's wearing the shirt.
Actually, I got this shirt from Frank. Okay, go ahead.
Frank.
Billy Madison. Never mind.
His references are out of control
What
tonight.
are you doing? I was literally like, wait a minute, we're not named Frank. Did he give it to somebody named Frank? And he just got it from a dude named Frank? And then I was like, wait a minute, no, we shipped him that shirt. I don't know a Frank.
You guys are Frank.
This is
Creep-O-Rama. We're Frank.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Frank? I don't know Frank.
All right. So as you were saying,
it's
well documented. God, I don't even know.
What's your tattoo? You have a Night of the Living Dead tattoo?
Yeah, her face.
It's awful angle to show us.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I got it.
Get that much.
Yeah. Nice.
You got to pay for the OnlyFans for the rest of it.
Great angles.
Great. They're mostly Dutch, weirdly. The porn filmed all entirely at Dutch angles. Amazing. Night of the Living Dead. This movie is for me for October the perfect like hanging out, carving pumpkins, just put on Night of the Living Dead, and just like you don't really have to pay attention to it, but if you do, It's still got a cool vibe, and like I mean,
it's weird that movie can play in that setting, and then whenever you stop and actually pay attention to it and watch it, you're like, wait a minute, this is really fucked up.
It's really fucked.
Yeah.
Like really fucked up. Like the way he captures the panic and the slow, no, not even slow, just the very quick, like dissolve of morals and ethics and how people turn on one another and just the human nature of all of it. It's really interesting to watch.
At the same time, balancing that with the absolute lack of anything else, like and I don't mean that in like, I mean that in like when like the shots of like the car pulling up, it really like puts you in like the tension and the like the eerie calmness of that movie. It's like, it's a perfect Halloween movie.
It is. I used to throw Halloween parties a lot, and I there was a couple of movies that I would play with the volume down and music playing.
Yeah,
and this was one of them, and it's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
The other one was Frankenstein, which I always loved doing as well. I always thought the imagery there was,
One of my honorable mentions, I'll just bring it up right now because it's perfect, because this is Tetsuo. The first Tetsuo, just like turn it down and just fucking it's just nonstop like fucking crazy shit going.
Fucking
it's so
chaos.
Such a good Halloween
movies.
Party movie.
Which does it's
it really does set the mood for a Halloween party.
It's perfect.
I watched.
Just don't put the creature on, because then you're like, oh
yeah. I watched Night of the Living Dead when I was young and dumb. I was like a teenager, so maybe this is like a whole thing. Because Halloween 3 I didn't like the first time because I was just a bitter kid who wanted to see Michael Myers. And then Night of the Living Dead I watched when I was like 14 or something. My mom showed it to me because she was like, "This is one of the best horror movies ever made." This was like for what it was when it came out, because I saw it when I was a kid. It's a big fucking deal. Check it out. And I watched it and I was like, nah. Black and white. Isn't that scary? Whatever. And I was like a dick about it, and then got older and watched it again, and then watched like Dawn and Day and Land, and I was like, oh, George Romero's one of the greatest human beings we've ever had. Like these are masterpieces through and through. This movie is incredible. Like this, of course this is one of the best. Of course my mom was nice enough to show this to me as a kid, and I fucked it up. Like what a incredible, beautiful film. And it's what's funny is I don't know if you guys are active on X or Twitter or whatever, but the discourse lately has been a dumpster fire. And
really,
recently, can't imagine. But as far as like on film Twitter goes, there were a bunch of people losing their minds over Terrifier 3 because they were like, oh, but he kills kids and you shouldn't kill kids in movies. And I'm like, you should absolutely kill kids in movies. You should kill more kids in movies. So Halloween 3 got brought up a lot.
Josh B. Levesque, kill more kids in movies.
But Halloween 3 got brought up a lot because they were like, if you think Terrifier 3 is doing something new, like, did you not watch it a few years ago?
Yeah, right.
Bit Georgie's fucking arm off, and then you like, they've been killing kids in horror movies as long as they've been making horror movies.
Or Frankenstein 100 years ago.
Exactly. But that was part of it. And then somebody else had mentioned, they were like, I don't know, maybe I'm unpopular opinion, but I just think movies that are like over 20 years old just don't look as good. They're not that sharp. I can't watch old movies. You guys keep recommending these classic monster movies to me, and they're just unwatchable. And I'm like,
fuck off.
Why did you even have this opinion on the internet? Like, I shouldn't have had to read this.
Are you Josh when he was 14? Like,
that's the thought that should have gone through my head. I was like, fuck, is this what I used to sound like? How did I get this far? How did I ever have friends?
Me.
Exactly. Fuck you, me.
I do think
like all old movies look bad. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind if that's what you genuinely believe. Because these movies are gorgeous
takes.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I understand why they're saying it. I know why. I know why they're saying it. I don't have the opinion, and like we get it, right? They're just not. I gonna sound like a douche, but cultured, I guess, is one of the words to use there. But like,
I think they're sheltered.
They're sheltered.
I think a lot of it is they don't have the patience that the pacing requires.
Well, that is kind of an acquired thing
100%.
in today's world. Sure. Like you need to acquire
murdered kids.
That.
You gotta.
Killing kids is an acquired taste. That makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We all just can't be Albert Fish right out of the gate.
No. It takes a lot of practice to get that good.
Yeah.
I remember
you got to learn all the rules to all those fucking games. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine?
Just a side quest here on acquiring taste. I was at a brewery about a year ago.
That's acquiring taste. Well, mentioned right next to Albert Fish. Not the best.
We're going on a side quest here.
Doubling down.
But I ordered a beer. I forget what kind it was. But I'm like, God, this is bad. And then I'm like, Katie, can you try this? And she's like, that fucking tastes like piss. And I was like, what? And then like I'm with my in-laws and they taste it. And they're all like in agreement, this tastes like piss. And I give it to the bartender. I'm like, hey man, this beer tastes like piss. He goes, oh yeah, again, I forget what kind of beer it is. It's like, yeah, it's an acquired taste. And without skipping a beat, I'm like, why would you acquire that? Like, why would you want to acquire this taste? Why would you put the time in to appreciate this?
There was a fucking Japanese restaurant where this dude who was like, I think he was a porn star or like an ex-porn star. He was like, oh, I know what I should do. And I think that this comes from the porn star part. The type of porn he was doing is I'm going to make a restaurant where I serve all the food in toilet dishes and it tastes like it. I think he was he was into fecal fetish and fecal fetish films.
FF films.
You danced around how to
trip Fs.
Yeah.
How to drop that
trip Fs. Yeah. And then he like it was literally a fucking restaurant where like all the food literally tastes like shit.
We started at killing kids. And now we're just going down.
Drinking piss to eating shit.
Look, if we're gonna hit all of them, we might as well hit all of them. Now we eat a baby.
This is what we've become. This is what this podcast is now.
This is what happens when you give us 10 minutes and we don't watch the movies.
We were leading to this. If you caught the first 4 episodes of this October Fuckfest, you knew this was inevitable.
It's been an emphasis on the Fuckfest for sure.
Yeah. Anyways,
I do love, back to the side quest for a moment. I love when someone's like, this tastes like piss, try it. And then everyone at the table tries it. And they're like, yep, we all agree this tastes like piss. Good job getting all of us to drink it.
For sure.
I could have just I could have just taken your word for it. I think that guy pissed in your drink.
Yeah. Pretty sure that guy pissed in that cup, Derek. That's what that is. And then refrigerated it.
Let me take another sip real quick to make sure.
Thank you for letting me try it for you. I can confirm this tastes pissy.
I just the guy was like, oh yeah, like it's
an acquired taste. You have to acquire by piss and then drink it.
Long story short, drink the beer, watch the old movies, start to acquire the taste for those slower paced films that you think suck and they don't.
That kill kids.
Awesome.
And you're not going to think that the OG Night of the Living Dead tastes like piss anymore.
Nope.
No.
And you'll love piss.
Yeah, you'll love piss.
Yeah. It's good piss.
Like we do.
This is, you know what?
Hey, you guys
Derek was right. This is really good piss.
Yeah, you guys brought it back. That was actually impressive.
That'll be our meter of ranking movies instead of stars. We're just like
how much does it taste like piss? This movie only sort of tastes like piss.
This movie gets 3 dark yellow drops.
I feel like this movie is drinking water. It's pretty clear.
Fully hydrated.
Super hydrated film. Barely has any taste at all. Fucking tasteless movie.
This goes down easy.
We're fucking 40s.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Laughing at pee jokes.
That's how we know what we're talking about. We know what piss tastes like.
Yeah. All right. How do we get us back on track?
Is there a way?
What movie are we talking about?
Are we still talking about Night of the Living Dead? What's the
I wanted to go back to talking about why people have a problem with kids being killed in
let's bring it back to this non-controversial subject.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Well, it was a whole thing because I had posted about it and I was like, I don't understand where this take is coming from. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. I understand why people go to doesthedogdie.com. It's like, I don't want to see animals die.
Yeah, that's different.
But I'm not like, don't kill animals in movies. I'm like, because animals are free of sin, Derek. Animals are free of sin. They don't have soul.
And it's like
free of sin.
But children are born sinners until they repent, and if they don't, then they deserve everything that's coming to them. But
and I personally have a program where I go around baptizing all the animals in the neighborhood.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. Just to make sure.
I could understand why people don't. I can understand why people look at kids getting killed in horror films the same as animals getting killed, of course. But what's interesting is like in something like Terrifier, that is what you're gonna.
Yeah, right. Like that's the worst.
Really?
I don't know if that's the worst.
I haven't seen part 3, but like I know, like you know what I mean. I know what the fuck the movie is. So
I feel like we passed that's fucked up for Terrifier when he bisected a lady with a saw via the vagina. Like that's probably where where that line was. Like it just took a fucking. And also, it was like a line drawn in sand, and then Damien Leone just came up to it with a fucking with a fucking leaf blower. It was like I don't see a line.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also like, okay, man, like, I haven't seen part 3, like I just said, but I know what it is. So if you're going to watch part 3 of that franchise and you're going to find a problem with being pushed too far, then you were looking for something to complain
that's
about.
all it is.
Has
and
to
that's
be. Has to
but
be.
and there's always a difference, I feel like, because there's if you have suffered the loss of a child like in your life, or if you're a parent who just takes that shit very seriously and you can't, because I have friends that I work with who are like, recommend horror movies to me, but don't recommend me anything where like kids die because I'm a parent and this shit just I can't do it. And I'm like, that's fair, that's fine. But if you're like,
for sure,
they shouldn't put that in movies, like it should be legally not allowed to make movies like that. I'm like, now you're just infringing on art. And I understand that you don't like it, but like Justin, you don't watch Arachnophobia, but you're not saying that movie shouldn't legally exist just because it makes you uncomfortable.
I don't know about that. He might say that. An argument. I feel like an argument could be made.
No. Like,
it's like, you have to bring spiders into this. Those should be outlawed. Absolutely exterminate.
I mean, if I was God, they'd all be gone. But
I'm adding that to my honorable mentions right now. Movie is so good.
Movie's amazing.
But I think there's a big difference of like, that's my phobia, but I'm not going to project my phobia on what other people enjoy. If you want to go enjoy that nightmarish shit, then have fun. I will not. My feet are off the floor now. Thanks.
I'm
Josh.
sorry. Then I won't send you the TikTok I saw earlier from Australia. But
man, that sucks because I want to go there so bad, and people seem so nice there. But I can't.
I've heard. Just go to Canada. Same thing. It's just fucking different accent.
Justin, I'll make it so much better for you.
Thing?
Just go in the summer.
now you got me scared of Canada, Derek. What's going on in Canada?
No, Canada's just Australia, but colder, and instead of spiders,
I thought you were okay. I thought you were saying like just go to Canada. There's spiders up there too.
Well, no, I'm saying you want to go to Australia so bad. It's like, I guess it's just like another part of the world it's kind of like here.
Yeah.
I will say, Justin, I have something that's going to make you feel a lot better about Australia. Apparently, the big ones aren't the ones you need to look out for. The small ones are the deadly ones. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Easy, right? The ones that are easier to hide.
How does this help?
Yeah. I'm going to go there and just not move. Just scan every fucking surface of everything. And,
and then get back on the plane and leave.
Yeah, I made it. I survived.
Yeah, did it.
But fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. I started a whole list called "Fuck Them Kids" where it just features movies where kids die because somebody had mentioned like it just doesn't happen anymore, and I'm like, well, it's always happened. It happened to Frankenstein. It happens in Hocus Pocus. Movie opens with them killing a kid, and like,
right.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Disney movie.
Fucking Disney did it.
Thanks, guys.
You fuck them kids.
And then a couple of my honorable mentions are on here as well, so we'll talk about that later. But
okay, let's jump to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh man,
House of a Thousand Corpses. This is the one that I thought was a ripoff the first time I saw it, and then I rewatched it, and I was like,
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, because I was like, this feels like his version of Texas Chainsaw, like Psycho Family.
There's what it
100% is.
Yeah. But I think it was. I didn't know enough going in where I was like, I'll just watch Texas Chainsaw if I want to see this shit again. But then as I rewatched it and like got to know Rob Zombie as a filmmaker and everything, and I was like, okay, he fully owns the fact that this was his like homage or like version of.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier in the episode. It's people paying an homage on their influences.
There's a difference between inspiration and just straight ripoff. And now I see the
there's
I
not
get
even
it.
a chainsaw in it.
No.
Well, there's barely a chainsaw in Texas Chainsaw Massacre either.
yeah, good point. No blood either.
There's more chainsaw. There's enough chainsaw to call it a chainsaw massacre.
I mean,
I don't know if there's enough to call it a massacre.
Yeah, there's not even really
well, hold on. A massacre relates to the
massacre
people
like,
dead.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it's implied. It's more so an implied massacre.
Yeah,
over time.
Okay, how many corpses are in this fucking house then?
Not a fucking 1,000. That's for goddamn
exactly.
It's underground. But you know, like I love Rob Zombie, even though some of the stuff that he's made of I'm back and forth with. But that guy, like, what a perfect example of I'm going to pool all of my influences and just put my own personal spin on it and do it consistently for so many years. And I was actually thinking about this earlier because I was listening to The Sinister Urge while I was working. And it's so interesting that everybody that has been in and out of his solo band and then all the people from White Zombie, I've always wondered if he was the one who set the tone for their fashion and they just followed along, or if it is like a gravitational pull to where you become around him and then you kind of fall into that crazy little world, or everybody in White Zombie was really like that, or what? Because like when you look at everybody that has been in a band with that guy, they kind of end up morphing.
Well, I definitely
into that vibe.
I for sure think that it's partially his just sphere of influence. Just, I mean, bro. Look at us. Like, we've been obsessed with him with White Zombie and Rob Zombie since like we were kids.
Yeah.
And like I just wanted to dress like fucking Rob Zombie. And like if you're in a band with him,
look cool.
You get to see him every fucking day, and you're like,
yeah,
this is the coolest motherfucker I've ever
he's super
seen.
Stylish.
I want to look like that.
Yeah, you look great.
Can confirm.
Yeah. And then like, you know, fast forward to whenever this movie came out,
Dude, yeah.
I remember renting movies at Blockbuster and, you know, randomly getting the trailer for it. That was the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And like the teaser trailer before the movie, way before the movie came out. And then it was just never showed up, just didn't come out and for years. And I remember, I think the first time that we watched it, we downloaded a copy. That's how long it took to watch it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it was like a really shitty quality one.
It was not a fucking like
but it was, I don't know. There was just something special about that first film.
Yeah, it was really good. Like you could see immediately, like, oh, like that's the one thing is we were waiting for this movie for so long, and like usually that equates to us being bummed out about a movie when we finally see it.
Yeah.
And like this is truly one of the few movies where I was like, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Like, like White Zombie, Rob Zombie, like first movie coming out from him. And I was like, this is either going to be really good or an absolute shit show. And it was a shit show, but also like,
but in the best of ways.
That one and Salem, Lords of Salem really show like I don't know how that dude is able to fucking pull a movie together from like the worst situations of like, oh, we're just not gonna let you finish this movie. Yeah, I'll fucking finish it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So Josh just sent the time that he interviewed Rob Zombie, and you guys are actually kind of matching.
And we was really funny is I was like, oh, this is a perfect excuse for me to brag about the time I met Rob Zombie. I got to interview him at Halloween Horror Nights because he's promoting the House of a Thousand Corpses house, and 3 from Hell was releasing that weekend. But we had time between interviews, and so he just comes up on stage and we're just like chatting, and it was so fucking hot out, and I can't remember what I said, but it was probably super awkward. But I just like was admiring his hat because I was like, man, nobody can fucking pull off that hat,
right?
Yeah.
And then, but I'm like, but you're Rob Zombie. You look really fucking cool in that hat. And he's got like bedazzled jeans and like a scarf, some other shit. And I was like,
Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. And I'm like, could I wear this? No. I couldn't have that. I don't have the hair and the beard to go with it, but yeah, he was super cool. Very, very down to earth and very excited.
I feel like if I ever met him, my number one goal would just, and I hope like you guys would be on board with this if this ever happened, would just try to do anything to make him lose it and crack up laughing. Because you don't see Rob Zombie laugh that much.
That's fair.
It's true.
Yeah,
you don't. I want to see him like knee slap laugh, like just absolutely.
I love what you're like. I hope you guys are on board with this because it's gonna like we're gonna get arrested. We're gonna get really weird shit. Like we're gonna make him crack.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe making Rob Zombie laugh really, really hard. Maybe that is weird.
They leave the room. He's being interviewed by us. They come back in, and we just have him chained up, trying to tickle him. He won't laugh.
Broken.
Or maybe he starts cracking up. Or he starts cracking up laughing, and it gets really awkward. And I'm like,
he's just giggling.
That.
Yeah, giggling and likes it.
Rob Zombie, please come on the show. Yeah. Please.
Yes, please.
We're just like, second thought. We just like unchain him. Like, my bad, dude. Like,
you're good.
What were we doing?
Without the corpses. What was that experience like?
I like that we try to make him crack and then interview him. It's like Hot Ones. It's exactly like Hot Ones.
Yeah.
You want to come on our show? We tickle the shit out of you, and then we force you to ask. We force you to answer really personal questions.
Welcome to Tickle-Rama. It's the show with uncomfortable questions and even more uncomfortable like
moments.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, this is a brilliant idea. We got to do it.
Like the
we're gonna start small, where it's just gonna be us, no guests, just tickle ourselves. And
those Creep-O-Rama guys are fucking weird, man.
I'd like to introduce you to this week's professional ticklers. This is Sven and Bianca.
It would be Sven. Sven would be professional tickler. Yeah,
it takes their job very seriously.
Very seriously. They wear executioners' hoods and everything to keep anonymous. Yeah. It's definitely not a GIMP mask.
No. Good God, what have we become?
Yeah. So House of a Thousand Corpses, recently I had a buddy text message me. He's like, dude, I'm going on a date. It's a second date with this chick who I like a lot. She's a big horror fan, and she wants to watch a horror movie at my house. I need you to give me some recommendations. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, I got a bunch. But do you know what she likes? What's her, her favorite movies? They go, her favorite movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm like, okay, has she seen House of a Thousand Corpses? Like, I think this would be the perfect movie. And then he just went silent. I didn't hear from him the rest of the night. And he texted me the next day. He's like, yeah, we watched House of a Thousand Corpses. She loves the movie. She'd seen it a bunch of times before, but I haven't.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, oh, because he hasn't, she's like, we're fucking watching this movie because you haven't seen it.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And I saw him log in on Letterboxd with 5 stars. So I was like,
nice.
Like, that's, nice. Like,
got a higher rating than yours, Derick?
Yeah, what'd you rate it?
5 P's.
5 P's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's 3 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so that's a 5-star movie for you.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't seen. Well, I'd have to rewatch it to give you an accurate.
Okay.
But I love that movie. Yeah,
this motherfucker's over here lying about his P score.
Yeah. I do. No, go ahead.
No, I was,
go ahead.
I was just going to keep saying the same thing.
What I was going to say was, like, I see obviously the Texas Chainsaw parallels and all of that, but what I do love is his him giving like life to different kinds of characters, whereas TCM you kind of only get glimpses of each character. You know, there's not that much time in that movie to really character development or to focus on that kind of stuff. Whereas, you know, in House of a Thousand Corpses, like you sit with all of those for a long time. And watching the opening scene, you know, in the shop with Spaulding and the guy and like all of that, like you're like, what the fuck is going on?
What movie am I watching?
And then to watch the progression of that character specifically in the world of all these other characters, like it's just a really interesting way to do it.
And Devil's Rejects was an awesome fucking sequel to go to. I mean, he just fucking continued to knock it out of the park.
I personally definitely prefer House of a Thousand Corpses just because it is. I like Devil's Rejects. I think it's an incredible movie. It's
just heavy.
There's a few parts. It's mainly how heavy it is, and I'm like, I can't rewatch this a lot. Because I'm like,
I mean, kill a bunch of kids, but don't fucking.
You know.
Well, what I love about Devil's Rejects is the complete 180 that it does from House of a Thousand Corpses, which I thought was a smart move.
And it's also it's a logical move too, right? Because like that's their house. It's super fun and colorful and ha ha ha. But like when those killers have to go on the run, they're not going to take all that shit with them,
right? But it's going off of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the parallels between TCM1 to TCM2. It's almost reversed from House of a Thousand Corpses to Devil's Rejects.
Really good point.
Yeah. Because like you can't really make a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses and keep that same vibe. I think it was really smart of him to go that route.
I beg to differ. I think that there is absolutely a movie there, but this is just because I want a second House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But would it be House of 2,000 Corpses or would it be House of 1,001 Corpses?
I think we go the Dalmatians route and go 1,001.
Okay.
Dalmatians route. That new corpse has to be really special.
It's a Dalmatian.
I also love that House of 1,000 Corpses made, because this came out, when was this? 2003? 2000? Yeah. So this was when I was I was a horror fan, but I wasn't like a diehard horror historian or anything. So I didn't know that Bill Moseley was this well-known character actor in horror already. I didn't know that Sid Haig was this character actor who had played a heavy in a bunch of stuff.
Sid I think I may have known Bill Moseley. I probably hadn't put it together that he was Chop Top. But Sid Haig, I had never heard of him, and he like this movie got me into older Sid Haig stuff, and being able to see Big Bird Cage and shit like that, and be like, wow, this guy's been in some wild shit.
It made them all, at least within the horror community, made them all like household names instead of just like, because you would see Bill Moseley before this movie and you'd be like, oh, that fucking guy, and other people knew who he was because he'd done Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and like Night of the Living Dead and shit like that. But
and a cameo,
was like,
cameo in The Blob.
That's right. This was like, no, this is Otis Driftwood. Like that's so many people just like that's him now. And I just love that this movie made all three of them, because this was Rob Zombie's feature debut. So it was how am I forgetting his fucking wife's name all of a sudden?
Sherry Moon.
Sherry Moon. That was like her big debut, and immediately everyone knew who she was. She was great.
Yeah, and like Bill Moseley, like him and Sig, like or said, like they were born to be those characters.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
It's so like he had great dialogue. He wrote great dialogue for those characters in both of those films, and to watch like anybody could have said those lines, but those two guys were those characters. Like that was different. Like that transcended just like a job. Like those guys were those characters.
You really buy it that Otis Driftwood hates these fucking cheerleaders, and you really buy it that Captain Spaulding loves his chicken.
Yeah. They sold it.
Yeah.
I want some chicken.
I was just thinking that.
Actually, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, pretty hungry. Anyway, so honorable mentions. I did not write a list, but I think you guys
Let's start with Josh because I think he has a
Josh.
Yeah, you got a shit ton.
Yeah,
my list isn't actually that crazy long. I figured you guys would have a bunch too, but
I've got some. Yeah.
I know we'd already talked about it before, but Paranorman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you love Frankenweenie, you love Coraline, you love like gateway horror, I think Paranorman is one of the best animated spooky movies ever. It's my favorite Leica film because the stop motion is just gorgeous, and it's got so many fun references to horror and the zombies and all this other shit.
Last time we talked about it, I forgot like how much of the point of that movie is like being weird is good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's why I really love that movie because like
it's so fun. And there's
my 4-year-old just watched it and loved it.
Hell yeah.
I didn't get to finish it with him, so I need to finish it myself, but he loved it. So
yeah.
Nice.
There's a reveal at the end. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there's a
for Derick.
There's the pro LGBT moment that nobody expected, and when we saw it in the theater, like we were in a relatively conservative area, so you hear like groans from one row. You're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah.
I also put Pumpkinhead.
Oh yeah,
obviously,
big choice.
Obviously, right?
Yeah,
that's the first one on my list was Pumpkinhead. It's the right pick. Yeah,
because fuck them kids, but also it's got pumpkin in the name.
It's got it right in the name.
Yeah. So I assume it's spooky. I haven't seen it yet. No,
he's the head of all pumpkins.
No, Pumpkinhead was one I saw when I was very young. It's a vivid, weird memory that I have of sitting in the back seat while my parents ran into the video store, and they were like, "We're gonna rent a movie for tonight," and they got something for them to watch, and they're like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Give me a scary movie, give me a horror movie." And I was like, I had to have been like 5 years old, and my dad saw Pumpkinhead on VHS, and they used to call me Pumpkinhead. And so he was like, "Oh," and just grabbed it without reading the box making sure that it was
sounds like a cute movie.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "Oh man, I call Josh Pumpkinhead all the time. This will be funny." And then
different.
Exactly. And I'm fine, right? I think I'm okay.
No, you're totally not.
Yeah.
Cut to the camera pulls back, and we're just this is a fucking simulation. You're in a room. The doctors are like, interesting. Pumpkinhead, huh? Maybe that's where it all went wrong.
It might have been, yeah. Shortly after that was the thing. Satan's Little Helper is one that's not amazing, but I think still a fun like Halloween staple because it's very Halloweeny, and I think it's on like Screambox now. It wasn't streaming fucking anywhere for the longest time, and you couldn't even like buy it or rent it on digital. It was impossible to find, and they finally got it.
I'm gonna try to make a point of watching it this year because I've
never seen it.
I always thought it was a Christmas thing because it's so close to Santa's Little Helper that
you would think. It's a funny one because it's another one that when I worked at Blockbuster, we got the DVD and I rented it like 5 times and I never watched it. But the cover art looked like I was like, this looks like a low budget, like shitty. This movie either sucks or it's going to be like a hidden gem,
right?
And it had this cool looking mask of a guy holding a pumpkin on the cover art, and I rented it so many times but never actually got around to watching it. And then I had seen somebody post about it a couple of years ago where they were like, "This is like an underrated Halloween gem that I watch every year, Satan's Little Helper." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to watch that one." And so for months, I just like kept trying to find it somewhere. Like that, you couldn't find like a used copy of it anywhere. It wasn't streaming anywhere. You couldn't rent it or anything. And then all of a sudden, it just popped up on Screambox, and I was like, "Fucking finally!" And I watched it immediately, and I was like, "Oh okay, this was cool." Like it's pretty fucked up. It's about this kid who befriends a stranger in a really creepy mask, and the stranger just like makes the kid do fucked up shit. There is a pretty brutal animal death in it, so keep that in mind if that bothers you. It's fake, I think, but it's pretty gnarly. But yeah, all takes place on Halloween. Very, very fun with like trick or treating and stuff.
Nice.
What else did I have? I know there's a couple of these that you guys have on your list, but I also put Demon Knight.
Oh yeah,
great pick. Great pick. God, what a good fucking movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like a year-round thing, though. I don't know if that needs to be in
right.
October.
Yeah, but
you should watch it once a month. Yeah,
you can never go wrong with Billy Zane as a demon. You just can't.
Exactly.
No.
And he loves this movie.
Yeah,
and he loves talking about this movie. It's one of his favorite characters that he's played, which
Billy
is
Zane.
That's
amazing to me. Yeah, I love that so much.
Cool.
So I was like, "You were in Titanic. You remember that?" And he's like, "Yeah, like, remember that time I fucking summoned demons with a key?"
God, I'd love to meet that guy.
Condemned.
So good.
That speaking of Billy Zane, like his I don't think he gets enough credit for just how good of a fucking actor that guy is.
Yeah.
And how different he can be in every role. He randomly popped up in that Kevin Hart one-off series on Netflix a couple years ago called True Story. And like he was only in it for just a couple episodes, and I was like, it took me forever to process that was Billy Zane because of how different he looked, and two, how different of an actor he felt in that role. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That can't be Billy Zane. Yeah, he's awesome. He's such a good actor.
Yeah, and he was the bomb in the Phantom.
He was.
He was. He was. What a good movie Phantoms is. Dude, that's a good October watch.
Yeah. That one's another one where like it really plays into the like complete lack of anyone in that fucking movie.
I don't think I've actually seen that one.
What?
That Phantoms?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have.
Make
I don't
that
think I have
happen.
either.
Oh
actually.
my god, guys.
What?
That's
You guys
a
are fucking
great movie.
ridiculous.
Like,
Sorry.
like, yeah, like I mean, I know the
Phantasm, dude.
No, Phantoms, bro.
Phantasm is amazing.
Like,
Phantasm is one of my honorables.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I know obviously Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Started the Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, but that's a legitimate statement. He was really fantastic in that movie.
Honestly, it might be my favorite performance from him because I don't really like him in most stuff.
Yeah.
Phantoms is a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. 2.6 on what? Letterboxd?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's
But
fair.
it's on Paramount Plus. That's apparently where a lot
it's
of
great.
It's the good 90s horror is. I just watched Mimic on there earlier.
Oh, what a
Peacock and Paramount Plus are killing it this year.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Relic?
Ooh, The Relic.
No, that's also on there though, because that's what I always get Mimic and The Relic confused because they came out like 4 months apart or something.
Right? Yeah. 90s. The 90s just had so many
Mimic
crazy
is
creature.
Del Toro.
Del Toro. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the
definitely watch
director's cut
those.
now because apparently he did not like the theatrical version of it. He said there's too much Weinstein interference because it's a Miramax movie.
Oh wow! Surprise!
Wow, surprise! Yeah, shocker. But yeah,
It's almost
you
like
should,
everything that guy's done is sucked.
Right?
Yeah.
You should. You guys both should definitely watch Phantoms.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll add it to my list. Affleck's the bomb and Phantoms. While it's streaming, I might as well because that one,
it'll go away.
Like I was looking at all of them and I couldn't find them anywhere, and now they're all on Paramount Plus. So I'm like, oh shit,
they'll,
it's like
they'll go away. Probably
90s
quick.
Monster-thon.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Derek, you got some more?
Yeah, I think a few that don't really need much of an explanation. Poltergeist and The Exorcist, I think, are two that fit really well in October. One that we mentioned last week, Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
I think
that's a classic. It's such a good, especially for like the lighthearted, like because you can't do just straight horror constantly. It gets a little rough. So like it's nice to throw in some lightheartedness every now and then.
Yeah, you need a good variety.
Goosebumps, right, Derek?
Exactly.
What'd you say?
As long as it's not Goosebumps, right, Derek?
Fucker.
No,
you gotta watch the sequel, Derek. I mean, it has Halloween in the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
called Haunted Halloween, man.
That's definitely gonna make you appreciate the first one a lot more.
Yeah. You gotta.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
All right.
Don't stop it. Don't stop at just one. Man. Okay.
All right, guys.
You gotta.
It's called
you gotta
Goose.
see it through.
It's not a goosebump. It's goosebumps.
Yeah. Goosebumps.
Yeah, bro. Come on. You got to see it through.
Dude. Come on, man.
Honestly, I really think that you would like the sequel better or more than the first one. I really do.
Yeah.
Now me and Justin are gonna fight.
I think it captures like the magical Disney-esque version of Halloween. With lots of colors.
Jack Black again? It's still Jack Black?
I mean, yeah, he's in it, but he's not the main focus.
Got
so
is
yeah.
Jack Black's your main drawback? You're like, fuck that guy.
No, I love Jack Black.
You're like, unless he's
just
rocking with Satan, I just don't want to see him.
No, I liked him in the movie. I don't know. It just didn't do. It wasn't for me,
just
man.
hates Goosebumps.
That's okay.
I think the second one will be a bit more up your alley. So go ahead and get that on your list.
Go ahead, and jot that down.
Jot that down. Watch that ASAP before the end of the month, bud.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna call you up at 3 a.m. You watch it yet?
Yeah.
I'm watching it right now. Oh.
Yeah. Fucking drive up there.
I got you with tape.
Yeah. I had to put in Monster House because I watched that one this month, and that was a really cool one.
That movie kicks so much ass.
Yeah, it's awesome.
A lot of fun.
I really liked it a lot. I think It Follows is a very, very fall
That's a good one.
Friendly movie there. It really captures the fall super well.
I've never seen it.
You know, when it first came out, I watched it. I tried like 2 times to get through it, and I kind of stopped after like the first 15, 20 minutes. I don't know why. It just, for some reason, it wasn't doing it for me. And then I can't remember when I watched it again, but it was within the past like 2 years. And I was like, wow, that was a great fucking movie. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Like, really good.
I was really upset at you when you didn't like it. I remember that.
Yeah, I know.
I jotted it down.
Kind of like how I heard with you with Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I'll like
maybe
that.
like,
you know how I feel.
maybe in 10 years, in 10 years, Derick will like Goosebumps and it'll be good.
Yeah, Goosebumps. 5 stars.
Yeah.
You just hear it like off in the distance, like, yay!
James, you know what It Follows is about, at least, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but somebody had talked about it on Reddit. I think it was Laura Lux had mentioned, if you sleep with somebody who has the It Follows demon, you catch the demon. And it kills whoever got it last, and then it moves to the next person in line. So if you sleep with an astronaut and then they get on a space shuttle and go to the International Space Station,
what
can the It Follows demon follow that astronaut? And the director said it can get on a plane.
Okay.
If it gets to the plane like in time, but obviously it's still just walking. It's like the snail scenario or whatever.
So it has
that astronaut has to come back at some point.
And then they said, so what if the astronaut goes to the space station for an extended period of time, and then before he leaves, sleeps with somebody else that just got to the station and then comes home?
They just keep doing that.
And so is the demon just going to sit at the launch pad looking up, like waiting for...
Eventually those astronauts are not going to fuck. And then and it's just going to patiently wait.
And then he just got a whole buffet,
And what happens when the astronaut goes up there? He's got the demon, and then he fucks an alien. The alien takes it back to the other fucking to his planet. Now,
checkmate.
There it is.
This is how xenomorphs exist.
Yeah, basically.
But that's every time I think of It Follows. I love It Follows. I've watched that movie so many times. I love it. But now every time it comes up in conversation, I just remember that idea. I'm like, now I need to find out what these people think. Like, what's going to happen? Spreading the word. But back to Monster House for a minute. Have you ever watched the special features of how they made Monster House?
No.
There's this fascinating featurette. I can't remember what it's called, but they built out the house digitally, and then they have a camera that when they move it like within this room, looks like they're moving it within the house.
Wow.
So that's cool. They operated it so that's why it feels like it was actually filmed like on location.
That's crazy.
In the house instead of them just animating around the camera. They actually like moved the camera.
Pioneered that fucking the Void. I forgot what's that fucking giant screen room called? They shot Mandalorian.
Oh, the Volume?
The Volume. So they kind of came up with that idea like before that.
Similarly, yeah. So it's
crazy.
like they digitally built the house, and then they're like, so when I move this thing, like it doesn't look like anything up here, but up on the screen, You can see inside the house.
Wild.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really, really cool. Hell yeah.
That is cool. 2006, I think that movie.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I need to watch that now.
It's very
yeah,
good.
it's a cool movie.
The only I like that movie, but the only thing in my head is whenever we used to listen to the Dan Harmon podcast, he always he's kind of down on it because he wrote it, and he was like, Monster House. The house is a monster. And I just can't get that out of my head. Is yeah, that's the whole fucking movie. Fuck, I guess it is.
It's got a uvula.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing. It's so funny. Yeah. A few others. I got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula.
Yeah.
I think those three in particular.
Again, all classics to just put on, even if you're not completely watching them, you can completely watch them, but also they're good for just putting on and chilling with the family and doing crafty shit and
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if this is a sleeper pick, but I feel like I haven't heard it in a while. House 2.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
The second story.
That's a good one.
The second story.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a great subtitle there. I like that one.
Yeah.
Really
The Witch. I think
The Witch.
fits pretty well. And Psycho.
Oh, Psycho.
And then I added Arachnophobia during this episode because I love that movie.
Also very good.
Thanks for putting that back in my head.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
AVP Requiem also takes place on Halloween.
Oh, it fucking does.
Not on my list.
That's right.
Though.
Which is a perfect segue because my first one is Alien.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That
one's always been a winter movie for me.
Really?
I don't know why.
You know what?
Maybe because it's dark. And you know what I mean?
I feel that it's definitely honorable mention because it kind of some years I'm all right, but I love it because it's clearly a haunted house movie in space. It's just such a good tense vibe. Also, everything about that movie is just designed to perfection.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Crazies remake, which I'm surprised that neither me or you fucking said anything about, Justin.
Yeah.
Because that is every year I watch the Crazies remake. Me and Justin were obsessed with it. Me and my roommate are obsessed with it. You can't go wrong with Timothy Olyphant, man.
No, not at all. He's got great hair in that movie too.
Great hair, yeah.
Yeah, great hair. He's a great dude.
That movie's just such a good what happens if a small town goes to shit.
Yeah. And you've seen it, right, Derek?
Which one?
The
Crazies remake.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't want to spoil it. I can spoil it for everybody else that's listening, but not you guys. But hit stop. One of the things that I always am blown away by with that movie is the fact that, and it kind of goes back to Cabin in the Woods and a couple other movies that we've talked about, where they took that idea and fully saw it through.
Yeah.
They dropped a fucking nuke on that town.
Yeah,
dude.
I always loved I first heard about it from the Rick and Morty writers room where they were Dan Harmon was explaining that the whole concept behind Rick and Morty episodes is they take an idea, they play that idea all, a really rote tropey idea, play that idea all the way out, and then that's the first 5 minutes of the episode. The rest of the episode is exploring what happens because of that. Where all the different things that go out from that. And that's what I like about newer movies is they're starting to see that a lot more. I think The Crazies is absolutely one of those where they could have just stopped it at he has to deal with the town's overrun and it's weird. But no, they fucking just escape all the way out and it's
Yeah, and then I really wish they made a sequel, considering the fact that at the end it was now they're going to Des Moines. I think it was the next actual big city.
Yeah,
but what a fucking awesome movie,
and one of the best fucking nukes in a movie ever. That fucking nuke scene is so good. It fucking throws that truck around, man.
Yeah, them just standing there looking at the giant mushroom cloud is so
fuck.
Yeah. What a great shot.
So many good, the shot of them flying over and when it first reveals the fucking plane in the river. Dude, that movie's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I argue for remakes.
Yeah, it was as far as remakes go, that was easily one of the best ones that have ever been done.
Yeah. And then I got Cemetery Man or Delamorte.
Yeah.
Okay, I can never remember which order it is, but yeah, I mean that's just I don't even know how you talk about that movie.
That shit
we need to do an entire episode on that movie.
Yeah, we do. Like, it's been a while since I've watched
so much in it. It takes place entirely at a graveyard, so there's that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect setting.
Yeah. It's sexy. It's killy. Yeah. It's fucked up. It's weird. It's perfect.
My brother recently did a screening of it at a movie theater in Calgary. Yeah,
that's cool.
A double feature. I forget what he paired it with, but yeah.
Was it?
That's
church?
Awesome. No, I don't remember what it was. I can find out.
It's another Michel Soavi movie. Soavi? Yeah. I have no idea how to pronounce his name.
What a name!
But yeah, it's a fuck of a name. And then my last one, other than Tetsuo, but we already talked about that, is Pet Sematary, the original.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a great pick.
It's weird because I don't really love that movie, but
it does
feel like October.
Yeah, that and I don't know. There's just something. I don't know. We've done a couple of different Stephen King episodes.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing feels quite like a Stephen King movie.
No, nothing.
They're just all so uniquely similar, and which is weird because they're all done by different people.
Yeah,
and they all end up run. I just watched the Salem Slot remake a couple nights ago on HBO, and
how is that?
It was worth a watch.
Okay.
Like, one of the cool things, obviously went into it zero expectations.
Yeah.
Like negative expectations.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it just because of that. The whole movie is, it's like, hey, there's fucking vampires. Really? Yeah. Okay, I guess there's vampires. Holy shit. Hey, there's vampires. What? Are you kidding? No, dude, there's really vampires. Okay, well, I guess we got to fight these vampires. So like it's that. You know what I mean? Like there's no conflict. There's no story really. It's just people reacting and just moving at a very quick pace. So the story isn't really like there, but going back to all Stephen King films for some reason share that similar like through line in terms of like vibe, the look of it, the atmosphere of it. It was great. The cinematography, the way they lit the shots, the fog, the look of the towns, the look of the vampires were great. It made me realize like it's been so long, and I can't even remember what other movies I've seen this in. But like they don't do glowing eyes in movies anymore, and these vampires have really awesome looking glowing eyes.
Fuck yeah, I'll watch the glowing eyes alone.
Right, it just adds a different like element or like vibe to the vampires. Yeah. So it was definitely worth a watch. It was fun. There was a couple cool little kid characters that were really cool.
Did they get killed?
A couple of them, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, actually,
nice.
Actually,
nice.
It was pretty brutal.
Hell yeah.
Good. Absolutely tuning in now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glowing eyes and dead kids. Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. I forgot what we were talking about. Pet Sematary. Right?
Speaking of vampire movies, I finally did just watch Martin.
Oh yeah, I still have yet to see that.
Dude, that movie's fucked up.
Really?
Nice.
Really?
That movie's fucked up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of the few Romero movies I still haven't seen.
Yeah,
that's like for a very long time.
Like his like second or third movie, I think.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's very grounded in reality. Vampire movies are very fantastical, right? And it's they're these mythical beasts, and this just feels like a fucking dude, like a real dude. That's just it's but it's pretty fucked up. So
I wonder how much we pulled. What was his name? Richard Hansen. I gotta look it up now. There was a dude who was actually like, he's essentially the vampire killer. And like he was fucking off his shit. He was fucking thought that all the blood in his body should be outside of his body. So like, and that he that his blood was disappearing. So then he had to get blood from other people, which obviously that's messy. Yeah,
and also just drinking it doesn't get it. Yeah.
No, not at all. That's not how that works.
That's a good point.
Well, if you're a vampire, then it does.
Yeah. What's it? I think we've had this reoccurring conversation. Like,
I think that the main difference in turning into a vampire is just that your stomach enzymes change so that you can process blood. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
on the science,
I guess you just explained. Skeptical. Why
I guess you just explained vampirism. Biological.
Whoa! Nobody said anything about dying. You guys are fucking dramatic.
When vampires don't age,
it's because they can process blood,
and they catch fire when the sun hits them. Like,
hey, that's that.
Stomach enzymes,
like that's
dude.
Defensive. Yeah, stomach enzymes.
It's the stomach enzymes. Yeah, make you very sensitive to sunlight.
Yeah.
What were you going to say there?
Didn't you see the others?
My brother paired Cemetery Man with the Seventh Curse, but Cemetery Man, he said, was a last-minute replacement for Spider Labyrinth.
God damn it!
Just wanted to bring that up for Justin, huh?
Another favorite of Justin's. Yeah, exactly.
God damn, that's just not even fun to say.
What if it was arachnophobia, but it's a maze?
Yeah, God damn, it's like my worst fucking nightmare. Ugh.
We have to say WNUF since we took it off the list right before it started streaming again.
WNUF, yeah.
Which now it's streaming on Shudder, AMC.
Yes.
I like that. I like that it was there for like the whole rest of the year. And then we went to fucking start this list and we looked and it was gone and now it's back.
Yep.
Yeah. And then as soon as we start recording the episode it was going to be on.
Yeah. So you both have yet to see that, correct?
No, I watched it last week.
Awesome.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I made time
so
for it.
So did you like it?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. The
some more animal death for those at home who shocking,
I forgot about that. Forgot about that.
Right.
Yeah, totally forgot about that.
Kind of blocked that one out.
But it does, it makes up for it in the funny commercials that they made. They really nailed the 90s, like early 90s vibes of all of that. Like it was great.
That and
such a great little movie.
That and Late Night with the Devil, I feel, are both like on the same. Yeah. They're clearly like it's different like levels of like what movie they're making, but like the same. They really captured all the details of what a broadcast or a taped video or whatever would be, and that's my favorite part of both of those things. Just
right. I remember 92, 93 when I moved to North Carolina, like the newscast or the news anchors, like the local news, like for on Halloween, they'd come out dressed up and as Dracula and witches and shit like that. It's cool. So I thought they did a really good job with that movie.
Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah.
And one you could probably just throw on in the background of a party too, because it just looks like you've got a TV going. Like,
that's your point.
Because the commercials will come on and everything.
Man,
I did not expect as many commercials as they had in there.
It was a lot.
How drunk am I? Is it the 90s?
Yeah. Like, what fucking channel is this? What are we watching?
Whoa.
I think I had one more on mine that I thought one of you was definitely going to say, and that was Ginger Snaps.
Oh, I was going to say Ginger Snaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to feel like self-serving because
damn. Yeah, there's like 3, let's see. I got the VHS right there, and then you got the hat and the shirt.
There's the poster for it's over.
You got the
Derick, did you not get the memo?
Yeah.
I'm Canadian. So
there it is.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Fucking handled.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like wigs.
You do like wigs. He does like wigs. I can confirm that he likes wigs. I can confirm that he likes wigs.
Don't make it so obvious, James.
Yeah.
It's just my confirmation is just a thread where it was like, you like wigs? Yeah, I like wigs.
That's it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man.
All kinds of wigs.
Do you wear wigs?
Yeah.
Where
will you ever wear wigs?
What in Ginger Snaps? She wears like one of the most obvious wigs of all time. Which I forget what the reasoning was. I remember reading it a while ago. There was a reason to. I don't know. I forget.
Was it like reshoots or something?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'll have to Google it. What is this, a podcast? Come on.
Are we supposed to have information for these people?
we got producers and shit.
They gotta be entertaining.
What do we got? What do we got access to the internet over here?
Shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
How many honorable mentions did we just list? It was like 30 more movies.
Yeah, I think there was more movies in the honorable mentions in the actual episodes.
Yeah.
It was
Think
good.
we killed it though.
Yeah, it was good. We brought it home.
Yeah. We're not going to let it leave.
Yeah.
True.
I just Googled Ginger Snaps wig. The first thing that pops up on Google is, I think we could all agree that Bridget's wig is terrible. Oh, she had to shave her head for another role. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
I think it adds to the character a little bit because, like, I could see her character just wearing a wig.
Yeah. It's one that she bought at like a shitty Halloween store.
I mean,
yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah.
I've met some interesting high school girls that have done some interesting things.
Especially in Canada. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Especially ones that turn into a werewolf.
That is one of the very interesting things. It's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
And because you turn into a werewolf, you gotta have a wig.
Gotta have a wig.
I mean, your hair goes away when you turn into a werewolf.
Yeah.
So it's not like.
Well, I mean, you technically get more hair, but it's
yeah,
not like
her sister.
It's not like
hair.
pretty hair.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
She was prepping
too
just
caught
in
up
case.
in werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if I turn into a werewolf? I better have this wig.
Gone downhill. We started at killing kids, and now we're ending it on werewolf wigs. I don't know. Werewolf
Where
wigs.
do you wear werewolf wigs?
Well, werewolf wigs
How is that
from
not like a tongue
Canada.
twister?
Where do werewolf wear wigs?
How many wigs would a
Werewolves
werewolf
wear wigs. Werewolves
wear
would wear wigs.
Do you plan to wear
Where do werewolves
wigs in the
wear
future?
wigs?
Will werewolves wear wigs?
And we're all sober.
I was about to say we're all sober right now. Just killing it.
Oh,
nah, bro.
Does that work for?
I had a couple biotin gummies earlier, so.
Oh, there you
Woo!
go.
Your
biotin,
what?
yeah.
Biotin.
Yeah, man, making my hair, skin, and nails look better.
That sounds like I'm gonna turn you into a robot.
Biotin.
A company that
biotin.
Yeah.
We are biotin.
We need to pitch that to Kostansky. Biotin could be the
company that makes biocops.
That makes biocops and
that makes vitamins for your fingernails.
Yeah, Biotin unleashes a new villain on the city.
And you can't be destroyed because his enamel's so tough.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
We have fun.
Yeah.
That's
just
good.
reaching there for another joke. Can't find it.
No. I thought that was actually a really good idea. I thought it was pretty funny.
No,
that's good.
I like
that's
it.
good.
Yeah.
You
got
happy,
it, dude.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween,
happy fucking
everybody.
Halloween.
This is going out on the 28th, 29th?
the 1st of November.
No, this last episode will be Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the 29th.
Yeah, October 29th. Because we're giving them the last 3 days of October to watch Halloween 3, House of a Thousand Corpses, Night of the Living Dead.
At gunpoint.
Yeah.
I want to know if anybody out there has actually watched all the 31 movies that we've given them in the days that we've given them to watch them.
I didn't. We didn't watch it.
No, we fucking didn't.
Yeah. That's not our job, Derek.
Yeah, but we got lives.
We give instructions. Yeah, it's their job to follow them. We've seen them. Most of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Couple of them.
That could be the new
we've seen
format
at
going
least one
forward,
of them,
though.
right?
Every movie we talk about, one of us hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
One of us saw it, but a while ago. We barely remember it. And then the other two have seen it and either love it or are just like,
one of us loves it and the other one really
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It'd be the new format.
Yeah.
Every week we talk about a movie that one of us loves, one of us hates, one of us barely remembers, and one of us has never seen.
That honestly
Good
sounds
criteria.
that actually sounds like a really funny podcast.
Yeah, I don't know how many movies we could find that fit that criteria.
No.
We would just be in the group chat like, how's everybody feel about
The only problem with it is that usually when it's somebody who's never heard it before, it's like a story that's being told. So if we all watch Halloween 3, we write a synopsis of it and then we read the synopsis to Justin and he reacts to that.
There we go.
That's good. Okay. Something is. I'm gonna have to end the session and then jump back in.
Okay.
So you guys have all the links. So jump back in like 10 seconds.
Okay. 10 seconds.